Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I'm your host, KC Phoenix. We're doing the Quick 3 Tarot for Friday, March the 10th. This is for the collective, not for a specific sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. Okay, so I did a reading earlier for the collective love reading. Some of the funniest things happen to me sometimes when I'm doing these tarot readings. So in the collective love reading that I did, one of the things that came up was when I pulled the Knight of Wands and the man was actually on a horse, which usually the Knight of Wands is, but this time something said like a horse, as in, So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking in my head, do I want to bring this up in the reading? So I decided to bring it up in the reading like, hey, whoever this guy is, he's going to be, Funny thing is, why is this energy still around? I'm using my custom, so this isn't a regular tarot deck. I'm using my custom quotes deck. So these are quotes from everyone, from housewives to presidents to philosophers to fitness gurus, whatever you can think of. Quotes in here. The card that comes out in the pre-shuffle is a quote by Brianna Culberson on Real Housewives of Orange County. And it says, he told me that his name was Girth Brooks. He told me that his name was Girth Brooks. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. That is why I don't dismiss tarot readings, because the energy is hilarious. And it can be so accurate at times. But yeah, that's the card that came out in the pre-shuffle. He told me his name was Girth Brooks. But anyways, let's go ahead and pull 3 cards right quick. May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, March the 10th? May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, March the 10th? May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, March the 10th? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have 3 cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. May I have one more card, please? Thank you. Bottom of the deck. Oh, this is by Andrew Jackson. It says, one man with courage makes a majority. One man with courage makes the majority. Is at the bottom of the deck. So you have to be courage. I think it was Winston Churchill. It's like courage out of all attributes or something. Hold on, I'm trying to get this right. You can also look it up too. It's something to the effect of, out of all attributes, courage is like the most important, because courage is like the foundation that everything else is built upon. You can look it up. Just look it up online, search engine, Winston Churchill, courage quote, and I'm sure you'll find it. But don't forget to be courageous, which is giving me, in my head, strength card energy. You have to be courageous. Now, the first card that came out, and this one is by Mahatma Gandhi. It says, there are no goodbyes for us. Wherever you are, you will always be in my heart. There are no goodbyes for us. Wherever you are, you will always be in my heart. And then the second card that came out is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. It says, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. So this is a trailblazer card, is what this is saying. Be a trailblazer. And that goes back to the courage. Now, for some of you, going back to the first card, maybe you had to leave somebody behind, or maybe you had to leave some people behind. You may love them, but you had to leave them behind because you had to walk on your journey. You had to walk your path. And your path led to a separation from one or multiple people. But this is saying there are no goodbyes for us. Wherever you are, you will always be in my heart. This is saying the path that you're walking on, you're creating a new path for yourself, is what you're doing. And this is telling you to do that, is what this is saying. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. So do something new. But in order to do something new, you have to have the courage. Now, the third card that came out, it says, before, and this one is by Addison H. Hollick. This one says, before borrowing money from a friend, decide which you need most. Before borrowing money from a friend, decide which you need most. Something just said to me as I was reading that. Some of you might be starting a business and you're thinking about asking your friend to invest in your business, or you're thinking about making your friend a business partner. Think very carefully about that, because it can go really, really good, or it can go really, really bad. Before borrowing money from a friend, decide which you need most. But something I just heard in my head, you need courage to blaze a trail. That's what I just heard in my head. You need courage, and that's probably what I'm going to title this. You need courage to blaze a trail. And that's the message, and that's how trailblazers become trailblazers, because they don't take the path that everyone else took. They took a totally different path that wasn't there and created their own. But yeah, some of you are striking out to, I'm hearing find your purpose. That's what some of you are doing. I feel for some of you, and I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want this to be too long. For some of you, I feel that you may not have a purpose right now in the current environment that you're in. And you're looking to find your purpose, and in order to do that, it may require you to step out of your comfort zone and do something different and be in a totally different environment. But in order to do that, you have to have courage. In order to take that trail unseen, you have to have courage. All right, that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Podcast carried everywhere. Until next time, be blessed.